everyone. My name is Nerd Builder. I'd like to welcome you back into another episode of MineColonies. I hope you're having a great day so far. So, this past week on our live streams, we were very busy and I think very productive. Once again, we put this just minor details. So, we're going to start trying to do some like landscaping and things to kind of like beautify up the colony as well. We're going to try to incorporate that into our live streams. But yeah, we got some wall up just in a few places here, just because that is a sharp fall too. So yeah, I figured it's best just to put that there. But we've also been doing a lot of work on the sidewalk and the roads this week. That was pretty much outside of the upgrades, our major project this week. So I'll kind of go around and show some of the progress that we've made. We still have a little bit more to go, but the colony is definitely a lot more drivable now, which is good. So the other big thing that's ongoing right now is in perfect timing on cutting down the tree. Our university is being upgraded to level 4. That's still ongoing. We started that project this week on our live streams, but we're a little short on some of the materials, specifically mycelium. So I've been going around, and you can see right here I had it over this island, which appears to have the mycelium there. I kind of dropped a marker over here so we can kind of head in that direction, just so we know where this is, but we'll have to grab some to continue since the university style that we're doing requires it at level 4. But yeah, so I did a lot of exploring all around here, so you can kind of see, where I went out and about and tried to find some mycelium islands. And then it turns out, because here's our colony up here, it was actually just like right over there. So not even that far away, even though I was going like all over the map. But did find some interesting stuff. There's this iceberg area up here, which is cool. And then there's a lot of villages around us too, and abandoned colonies. And this one, particularly over here, this one is very cool. I definitely want to go visit this one. I'm not sure if it's a better village, which we do have that mod installed, or if it's like an abandoned colony. I didn't see anyone moving when I flew over it, but I'd be curious to see. And there's some cherry blossoms down here too, so I figure that would be really cool to see. The other big thing, and kind of heading where that blue dot is over there. So we do have a village that's nearby. I think we unintentionally it made this village over here go extinct. I haven't seen any villagers around. We did kidnap 3 of them to use in our iron farm over here, but I think the other ones unfortunately passed away from a raid there. But there is another village somewhat nearby. It's a small village. There's only about 4 colonists, 4 or 5, or well, villagers, I suppose, not colonists. But they did have a library there, and I was able to get a steady supply now of mending books, which is excellent. So we have mending on a lot of our gear, with the exception right now of the diamond leggings and the boots, but have it on the chest plate, on the helmet, and of course on the elytra, and on our plane wrench, which these things are very, very expensive. I always caution that with the ultimate plane mod, it's a very expensive pack to have, because it requires a lot of diamonds, and especially if you're starting out, like we're doing okay in diamonds now, especially with our miners digging down as far as they have, that they've been able to come back with a lot of diamonds, but it's expensive to make. So I figured it's better to just have the mending on it. And of course we have it on our sword and on our pickaxe, and the shovel has it. And then this one actually has silk touch. I found this one in the end, and then made a diamond hoe with mending on it as well. So just these last 2 here. So I have 1 mending book left. We just need some levels, and I'm going to have to go back to the mending village to buy another one. So yeah, let's head around. We'll just walk today. It's a beautiful day over here. And we'll take a look at some of the things. So the town hall was something that we upgraded this week, and I think it's really cool. It has like that platform up there. We'll head inside to almost like address the people type thing, like a balcony. So it's kind of like we're a king a little bit more so than just a mayor. We can come out here and make our proclamations and such there. And we started getting a little bit of the warehouses full recently. I think we're going to have to do another trimming of it. It's been like a few weeks since that issue's been going on, so we'll have to double check. But yeah, I think this looks cool here. So let's head down. I'll show off some of the roads, especially some of the areas that we were working on this week, which we did a lot of work heading down this way. We still have some more to go with the sidewalk. The brick is very expensive. Luckily, though, with the crusher, it's helped a lot there. But yeah, so we put a road in over here, so coming all the way down, and then just decided to do a pedestrian walkway heading up this way because it's kind of narrow, so not big enough for a road. But we'll probably put some more paths or something through here, and maybe not even like a brick path, maybe just like an off the path, like a back alley type of thing where, you know, maybe we'll just make like the pathing with like the hoe and that there. So yeah, so, you know, we did a lot regarding the road. You can see the university's still a work in progress right now, but I'm going to head back over here. And, well, eventually we're going to need the rocket because I'm going to show off, which is why I didn't bring the car. Something else that we have now, but yeah, we built a new plantation over here to have sugarcane and bamboo. And I have to say that this is the Catalonia style one, and I'm considering, you know, with some of our buildings, maybe converting them over time, like kind of like how cities over time will, you know, they'll change style or they'll progress, you know, buildings will change over time. I'm kind of thinking about doing that with some of our buildings here to kind of diversify, because even though this has a lot of cobblestone and wood, I still think that this style looks like amazing here. Like it looks very good. And I'm a big fan of the new design, the 119 design of the plantation, that it's not as large on the inside and it seems to utilize space a lot better than what the other plantation, the old style, did with this massive area. So we might actually look to take this one down and convert it into here. But the other benefit of this is that the backside here, it's not as long. You can see back here, this one extends all the way over because we made sure to line them up there. But we have a little bit more room, and we could actually come out all the way to this brick right here if we wanted to, and just have a platform going there, because we really, all we need on the side there are those the walls, so that pretty much keeps the pirates out there. So yeah, I'm thinking about that. It could be a good idea to change this style around and move it back a little bit, so that way we're more efficient on space, but also so we don't have to merge our roads here. I think that it's achievable that we can continue our boulevard going all the way down here. The impediment before was this plantation, just because, again, it kind of sticks out right here. But I think if we change around this style, I think it'll work great. And I want to get a second plantation because even though we have a auto sugarcane farm, we burn through sugarcane at a tremendous rate, just because, you know, we are stockpiling people in our library so they can get some training, and that it gets expensive. It gets expensive to make the books that they need and the paper. So, and now that we have our own elytra, we need our own rockets and that. So yeah, we have a lot of demand for paper. So this one does sugarcane and cactus, and that one does bamboo and sugarcane as well. So I was very happy to see with the upgrade over here. I think we're going to end up maybe in the next week transforming this one and moving it back. And then same thing here, that we'll have to take this down and move the block back. But, you know, we can take it down and that it shouldn't be too difficult to do. So let's head on over now, and I'll kind of show from above here the road, how far down it goes now. So we go the road goes all the way down this way. Our composters have been doing great there, but yeah, let me head back up here. But you can see right here that we've had the road coming through this way as well there. So all very good stuff. So let's head on over here though, because again, we have a giant monstrosity in the sky here. So we do have a very, very, very basic mob farm here. So let me come down and land. Now, of course, this cannot be fully automated. We have to be within proximity of it. This is a very, very basic design. I did it off camera just because I know there's a lot of tutorials, and I feel like this design is widely used, again, with just a double chest and some hoppers and some stone slabs so that the mobs will take damage. And then about 22 blocks up, we have our spawning platform up there. And then and it's hard to see, but all the way up that way, about 80 blocks up, that's where we have our little room to stand. So I think we're going to use this farm. I think we're going to use this farm in a couple different ways. I think the first way is to get some XP for our mending here, and I think it's already helped a lot. I've already repaired using bending our pickaxe and our wrench, and of course some of our armor as well. But also, we could automate this if we want to, because again, there is some things that are, it's not just for XP, because again, we can use the bones for bone meal, we can use the arrows and eventually give them to our archers back in the colony and have them start using arrows. We also get rotten flesh, which is good because we can use that for compost, and string. We get that as well, with, and sometimes the occasional spider eye just in case we need it for something. And of course, with the creepers, the gunpowder is a huge thing as well. So this farm's going to give us a lot of the good stuff that we need. I built this specifically for the XP and for the gunpowder, but again, this is going to serve a lot of different purposes here, but it works pretty well. I would say, I go, it's about 5 minute cycles, I would say. So you go up, kind of wait a couple minutes, come down, and then the platform is very, very full. You can hang out down here. It's a pretty decent spawn rate, not the greatest, but again, it's just a basic design, so something just so we can get some material going. But yeah, so they take enough damage when they fall down on here onto the platform, so all it takes is a couple whacks at them, and the XP comes pouring in. I will say, at the lower levels of XP, it usually goes from like 1 to about 5 or 6, and like 1, even, well, I should say maybe from 0 to about 5, about 0 to 5, somewhere around there, of XP. So if we're at 0 there, so pretty impressive. I mean, that's a pretty good haul just for a couple minutes there. So yeah, looking good. So we had this all set up, and I had the bed laying out here, and actually I can retrieve this from over here. So always like to keep a bed on us in case we go exploring there. But yeah, so they're going to be doing some AFK here from time to time as well. So that'll give us some very good material here. And as I mentioned earlier, our composters have been doing very well too. They can use wool, which is great. I think I might have mentioned that in the last episode, or I mentioned it this week on the live streams. They can use wool. We do have our sheep farm over there, so it works out great that they can use that as compost, the wool there as well. But yeah, so that's been a lot of the stuff that's been going on this week. We focused a lot on infrastructure. You can just see on the map there how much we did. And I should mention that the guard tower that's right here, since we flew over it, I'm actually thinking about moving it on the coast over here so we can keep the road going straight, because I'm not crazy about like these turns. I wish there was a way to do like half blocks almost, so we could do more curves in that, but it's tough, obviously it's Minecraft. So, but there are a few things I was talking about on stream that I'd like to move around. For example, like our forester over here, I would consider moving it, even maybe somewhere over here, since this is where our trees, we're going to keep this area kind of open so he can keep cutting down trees over here, or even just moving him back a little ways, which would be fine too. And maybe we could just put a fence up there. That's what I was kind of thinking of doing, and maybe making this like a low-level park or something, or even making the area in front of here like a park, since we do have a big street area. But if we keep this straight, it'll have a little bit of a gap here. So a lot of stuff like that. I think it's a good time to start thinking about decor in that as well, to make our colony look very cool there too. So yeah, with that being said, I think what we're going to do is we're going to hop into today's build, which is the Fletcher's hut. So I'll talk a little bit more about the Fletcher's hut when we get over to our build site, but I will head over there now and we'll meet you guys there. Okay, so as I mentioned, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be building the Fletcher's hut, which I'm very excited for that. It's a little bit of a precursor for what we're going to be doing in our next episode, which is going to be the sifter. But the Fletcher is going to be able to craft a lot of different recipes for us. So again, we're really trying to automate as much as we possibly can, and we've done a really good job, and we're getting there. We only have a handful of buildings left. I think maybe we can count it on about 2 hands how many buildings we have left to construct. So I think we're kind of getting down now to more of the luxury buildings, and some of the ones we have left here. But yeah, the Fletcher's hut is a pretty basic building. I held off for a while just because we didn't really have, we kind of had a shortage of like string and flint, and now that we have a means to get flint, and we have the Cottonly mod installed so we can get string, we can craft bows for that, and I think they can craft arrows as well, which feathers, because right now we don't have a chicken farm, so feathers are going to be a little bit of a hard thing to come about right now. But the Fletcher's hut cannot be built until you have a level 1 sawmill, which obviously we have a level 3 sawmill, and you have finished the relevant research in the university. So the Fletcher will craft arrows and items that use string or wool, such as bows, fishing poles, and paintings, which I didn't know that they could use like white wool for it, because again, in the vanilla Minecraft, you can't convert white wool into string, but I believe that they may be able to, the Fletcher. And for the Fletcher to work, they must receive a request from another worker and have the necessary materials. The Fletcher's hut must also have been taught the crafting recipes. So just like every other building that we're going to have to teach it. And as always, the higher the level, the more recipes we can teach the crafter. So at level 1, we can teach 10 different recipes. At level 2, 20, 3, 40, 480, and 5, 160. So you can get a lot of recipes through it. But with that being said, let's go ahead and let's craft the block. So we'll head on over here. I was doing some work over here earlier, so we have a crafting table down, but I have some string on us, so we're gonna, to craft the block, we're gonna go just like this, and I think we should have enough oak planks, just enough by 1, and there we go. We get the Fletcher's hut. Let me move the axe out of here. And let's go ahead and we're going to put it right over here. So we're kind of continuing our line up, even though we're going to be pretty much at the, with this one, at the southernmost end. So we'll see with the sifter's hut if we keep it right here, because again, we do have a little bit more room to go down this way. And you can see our outer wall, our defensive wall over here. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, let me see, let's light this up. Yeah, so our boundaries now go a little bit beyond our wall. As you could see, that gray line, which is the wall, and then we could see here that this one has gone down. We'll have to start placing some buildings into here so we could start moving this further down as well there. But yeah, so we'll put this in here. But let's go ahead and we'll place it down. So there may be a little bit of flashing there. So if you're sensitive, it's a good time to look away. So yeah, I think maybe we'll see. Let's see what this Nordic spruce one looks like, because I do like the look of this one, and just since they're next to each other, we'll keep it there. And let's see. I'm guessing wouldn't be under there. Let's see. Obviously not under agriculture. Okay, this would. No, not under here. Let's see. It's got to be under craftsmanship then. Fletcher's hut, there we go. So yeah, still getting used to this new GUI in that, but I think it's really cool nonetheless. But under carpentry and then Fletcher's hut. So let's go ahead and bring this out to level 5 so we could see. Okay, so this is more of a long building, or wide. Okay, let's see if we can, saw the front somewhere. No, we head on over here. This is the front, I think. Yep, this is the front. Okay. Let's see, there's also, or is this the front right here? Actually, I feel like this is the front. With the door right here, this must be like a back way. Well, actually, maybe not, because this has like a bunch of lanterns in it. Oh, got body checked by our... Yeah, I don't... Let's see. Let's raise it up. Maybe some water in here, too. That's kind of cool. Got like a nice nature feel to it. Okay. Yeah, I think that's kind of... Oh, it's kind of like a back way, I think. Let's hop back up here. Oh, wait, is this the back way? Because it looks like there's a couple crafting tables right there. I feel like this is the front, though. We're going to say this is the front. Okay, I will find out. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's slap that down. And we'll bring this up just one more here. Excellent. Okay, I feel... Okay, here we go. So this is on the side over here. Hard to tell. Like, I feel like... As we go diving into the water. I feel like this is maybe supposed to be the front. I think this is the front. Never mind. Sorry, being indecisive, but let's flip it around. I think because that kind of feels more, but I'm like, would they really put that in like the front yard? It feels like something that would be more towards the back of the build. So let's go ahead and let's turn this around. So there we go. So yeah, I think now we have the front. But let's bring this up. And we'll drop the height down as well. And one more. One more, and there. Okay, good. And let's move this over. Let's see, how much space do we leave in between here? About 2 blocks. Okay, we'll do the same here. Yep, about 2 blocks right there. Great. So this is going to go... Wow, this is going to go pretty far down into here. Okay. So cool. Let's go ahead and let's place this down right here. And we can see we get the GUI right here. And let's go ahead and let's take a look at what we need. And not too bad, glass panes. Okay, pretty basic stuff. They should be able to do all of this. So yeah, we'll assign this, we'll do Maddox this week. We'll assign this over, well, let me just, I think, let me make sure he has some glass panes. But yeah, probably what we'll do, I'm gonna just make sure they have the materials that they need, but we'll do this by way of a time lapse. So let's jump right into the time lapse. Okay, and we're back. So, yeah, not too difficult of a build, went pretty quickly, I would say there. And again, like I like the look of the building. I think it hasn't reached its maximum length yet because at level 5, like this looked a lot longer when we were setting up the blueprint. But yeah, you can kind of see the boundary right there with the little like fence over that way. But yeah, looking good so far. I think we got the right side of the front side. I'm still not completely sure, but I think we did, because this feels like a back way out, and this feels more like an entrance. So even though they have like the two paths going out this way, like I still think that this is the back and this is the front. So I guess we'll find out there. But let's go ahead and take a look at the GUI here. So let's take a look at what we need for level 2. And okay, not too bad. There, this one's a little bit more demanding than some of the other level 2 ones as of late, but not too bad. Okay, so let's see. So the two traits that we're going to need are dexterity and creativity. So let's see. Oh, a dexterity of 14 and 8. So it looks like Fiona is the winner here. So let's go ahead and hire Fiona to be our Fletcher. And we can go ahead and we could see here. Now it looks like they have two different tabs: custom recipes and crafting recipes. Let's see. I wonder what it looks like that one has some pre-populated. Oh, okay. So this has some architect's cutter ones as well. Okay, interesting. I didn't know that they had any architect's cutter ones for the Fletcher. So that's good to know there. But yeah, so we have 15 recipes, and it looks like we got a couple of the big ones already. I know the string mesh we're going to need for the sifter's hut, which we're going to be doing next week. And it looks like that's good too with the white wool, because again, with our auto wool farms, we're going to have more than enough wool always. And I should mention on that note, because I found out that the composter can actually use wool to compost, which is great because we're burning through material a lot quicker. A lot of the seeds and leaves and all of the like that we were collecting for that are kind of like our stashes evaporating very quickly. So it's it's good to see here that with the wool, it's another purpose for it, because we can use the wool for composting, but also the white wool here for strings. So that'll be very good as well. And it looks like, okay, we could set priority or warehouse stock there. But okay, yeah, I'll teach a few more recipes obviously from here: bows, arrows, and we'll see what other stuff the Fletcher can do as well. But I think this is going to be a nice addition, and this is necessary before we do the sifters hut, which the sifters one I'm very excited for as well there. So that'll be our next episode. But yeah, I think we're going to leave it here for today. Thank you so much for checking out the building of the Fletcher's hut. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please consider dropping a like. It's a great free way to support the channel there. And if you're not subscribed or following, please consider subscribing or following. It's free, doesn't cost anything. Another great way to support the channel for free. And you'll always be notified when we go live, or when a episode drops and such. And we also have a Discord that's open to everyone there, where I post a schedule every week, and we have a list of mods and a place to ask questions and answers. So yeah, head on over there if you have a Discord as well. Hope to see you over there. But otherwise, we'll be back in the week with the Sifter's Hut as our next episode. But until then, my name is Nerd Builder. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.